G'day mateys, it is the Downunder entrepreneur again here today, coming from you from the beautiful Taichung, Taiwan. Still very hot, but it is what it is. We push through, we soldier on, we keep moving forward. So basically what I want to talk to you guys about today is the super important, if you are a small business, if you are a startup, if you're just like a little hustle like myself, trying to, kind of get out there and make a name for yourself in the world. The importance of having a social media presence in today's age and moving forward. Obviously, online shopping and all that sort of stuff, it's like a huge part of our lives now. You got eBay, which obviously I talk about in my other videos because I'm doing it myself. We have Amazon, whose market revenue increased by $32 billion alone last year. Then you've got obviously Shopify, which is like a platform for like independent merchants, WooCommerce, stuff like that. And I know that there was, I read an article recently where Shopify is actually looking at doing a merger with another huge like e-commerce platform of a similar nature, which will then put them in a position to really compete with, the likes of Amazon and all that sort of stuff. But e-commerce. So, and this is a case study that I've read about. But obviously, think about big iconic brand like Nike. Huge. It's known worldwide. I think it was back in 2016, 2017. Nike had a global marketing budget of about $500 million. So that's like $500 million, okay? Now, if you haven't heard of them yet, I'm telling you right now, especially here in Taiwan, and the brand is absolutely everywhere. I know it's huge in like the US, and I think it's pretty big in Europe as well now. But a brand called Under Armour. Now, Under Armour, I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, actually surpassed Nike in sales for the number one global sporting brand, like Spot, basically. And now the catch here is Nike had $500 million in marketing budget. Under Armour had about $20 million. Now the CEOs and the directors of Under Armour and the investors were all quite intelligent. And they just said, look, if we're really gonna, they looked at a lot of data, a lot of statistics, a lot of trends. And they said, how can we get ourselves in front of the most amount of audiences, in front of the most amount of potential buyers and customers, and get our brand awareness out there for the least amount of money. And so Under Armour purely engaged in a super aggressive social media campaign. They literally dumped $20 million of marketing budget into social media. To my understanding, I don't know if Under Armour does television commercials. I really have no idea. I think they purely have an online presence. And obviously that has worked for them if they have overtaken Nike as the number one sort of global sportswear brand. Now, I can personally attest to this. I remember when I was in Cairns, North Queensland, Australia, very lovely, very similar to Taiwan, very tropical and whatnot. If you're ever in Australia, guys, definitely check out Cairns. It's right next to Great Barrier Reef. So, if you want to go and snorkel on the reef and all that sort of stuff, you're probably going to have to go to Cairns anyway. But basically, I was sitting at one of the bars there during the Soccer World Cup, I think it was semi-finals, and like at half-time, all these like $20 million Nike and Adidas and Reebok ads come on because they were obviously big sponsors, but nobody was watching the TV. Absolutely everybody was sitting there on their phone scrolling, checking their Instagram feed, their Snapchat, their Facebook, which is why, because obviously Under Armour has had a look at that. They've seen the data, they know what's going on, and they're obviously capitalising on that as best they can, which is why Under Armour has really taken off, because they understand where people are going for their attention. As far as my YouTube and my eBay goes, guys, I'm completely 100% mobile. I film on my phone, I edit on my phone, I upload all my content on my phone, I create thumbnails on my phone, like literally 100% mobile. You have to understand, and if you've watched some of my previous videos, you'll know I talk about a guy called Gary Vaynerchuk. He's literally like one of the first ever 10 YouTubers in the history of the world, and he got very successful because of it. And now he still continues with his success today, and just looking at where the world is heading, like the guy, when you actually listen to what he's saying and what he's talking about, like the guy's clearly onto something. Your mobile phone, obviously if we go back to like the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, when a lot of us were probably like growing up as kids, you had the radio, you had the newspaper, then you had the radio, and then you had the TV. Whereas nowadays, like, the radio is like the newspaper, the TV is the radio, and the mobile phone is the TV. Because the reality is we're all connected now. Where do we go if we want news? We go and check our phones. We get our news from our Facebook or our Instagram feed. You go on your phone, you click the Google tab, and it pops up, and then boom, there's like heaps of news articles that show up. So for those of you guys out there that are trying to like get a small hustle off the ground, or already have a hustle going and you want to grow it and you want to expand it, guys, I implore you, get a presence on social media. Go and make a Facebook page for your small business. How can you, obviously there's paid advertising, which, fair enough, if you're just starting up, you might not have a huge budget. But have a look around you, see whether or not there is like local buy swaps, local Facebook groups where you can go in and like plug your business. And this goes for anywhere in the world, as long as they've got access to Facebook. You probably wouldn't be able to do it in mainland China. Obviously, I think Facebook's completely banned there. But if you are in somewhere like China, have a look at their social media platforms. I'm sure there is some sort of government approved social media platform that you can sort of sign up to and create a profile on. But the big thing about it is like we all have our phones on us like pretty much 24/7 now. If you sleep with your phone, then you've probably got a pretty serious problem. But 9 times out of 10, not more than that, 99.99% of the time, you probably have your phone on you when you're awake. Which is good. It's handy. If you're on the bus. And you're going to like the next stop, like for example now I'm on the bus, I'm going to Costco to do shopping for the night market tonight, and I'm recording a piece of content, so do you know what I mean, like you've constantly got it on you. Utilize every spare second you have. Do a Facebook post at least once a day, and it doesn't matter, even if it's just repetitive. But you just got to put content out there. So apart from that, guys, for those of you out there that are struggling to maybe get your business off the ground, or those with established small business maybe trying to get it to a next level, I know it's definitely worked for me with the hot dog business. It's certainly attracted a lot of attention, a lot of customers, a lot of feedback. So yeah, guys, I implore you to be humble enough to learn how to use Facebook and Instagram and all that sort of stuff to your advantage. And no, you're not going to have like a 5 million follower Instagram account overnight. It does take time to build that, but you've got to get started. One of the real motivational speakers that I follow is a guy called Les Brown, and one of the greatest sayings he says, which I absolutely love, I'm pretty sure it's Les Brown, don't quote me, could be wrong, but it goes, you don't have to be great to get started, but you do have to get started in order to be great. So apart from that, guys, I'm going to leave it there, close to my stop. But guys, if you found that informative, helpful and useful in any way, please feel free to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with friends and families. Obviously support the channel. The more support we get, then the more content we can continue putting out, and the more we can all grow together. But apart from that, thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you on the next video. Cheers, mates.